Then let's start the session. Okay. Thank you for joining the webinar. So today we are going to talk about the multi-board design features. Myself, Manivaran from VVDN Technologies. I'm working as a senior FE for LTM. Okay. So the agenda for this session today. No sound. Okay, it's on. So we are going to discuss about what are the challenges we will face while designing the multiple boards. Okay, multi-board means like multiple interconnect or multiple PCBs we are connecting together. Okay, so what are the we will face while designing this multi-board that we are going to discuss, and also what features we have in Altium to for these multiple board design, and how we are going to resolve these challenges. And after that, we will see the live demo with a question answer session. We will end. Okay. So first, what is multi-board design challenges? What are the challenges we will face while designing the multiple board? Like first thing is mechanically how the two or multiple boards is going to fit together, and the second thing is electrically how it is going to connect. Whether is there any means net name mismatch, or exactly it is connecting or not, that we have to check. And finally, the system level design. System level design insight means like multiple board means we are considering that as a complete design system, complete system. Okay, like motherboard and daughter board and also the enclosure. So we have to verify everything like mechanical fitting and electrical connections, and also the enclosure and multiple boards means interconnections. Okay, so these are the main challenges we will face, and in the upcoming slides we will discuss some other in connections electrical, what are the issues we will face, like. Okay, so these are the main challenges. And the fitting example, if you want to verify the mechanical fitting in the classical way or in the older way, how we are doing it, are still many of them are following the way like we will export the step file from the PCB and we will share it with a mechanical engineer. He will import in mechanical software and just like fit the enclosure, and he will just map means uh, insert everything and then verify whether mechanically it is fitting with the enclosure or not. And then finally like he will just come back to us with some voice breaking. Is it audible now? Can Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so it's a taking task, right? We are like sharing the files to the mechanical engineer and he will get back to us for the changes, and we will implement it again and again. We will like it's a repeating task. Yeah, okay, like I think maybe you can check your internet because my internet is proper. And I will share the recording once it is completed. Still anyone is facing the issue? Okay. Okay. So in the right side, you can see this is the example of like how we are going to check the mechanical fitting, the different PCB. Okay. And yeah. So next thing is after mechanical, next thing is electrically how it is going to connect with like my means motherboard. So we have to check whether this you can see the net names and the pin names are same, or is there any. So we have to check the synchronization between two different board, and is there any possibility to swap the pins, or we have to check whether if you are using the cables, whether you want to mirror the cable or exactly it is connecting. So that is the connections we have to verify. Okay, so that is main thing. And nowadays we are doing it with the Excel sheet, or we are just manually verifying the pin name and net name in both motherboard and daughterboard manually. Okay, so that is the again one more challenge. And finally, complete a system level design. Like we have to complete system means, like you can see here, there is a like motherboard and other are there. So we have to verify each and every interconnections and as well as the mechanical fitting. Okay, so like complete system level connectivity we have to verify both logically as well as physically. Okay, so these three are the main challenges we'll face while designing the multi-port design. So now we can see what are the features we have in Altium to resolve this issue. Okay. Okay. So now, so in Altium, we have for the multi-board design feature, we have logical system level design, electrical rule check, connection management, assembly creation. It's a single editing environment, and we have physical assembly optimization. We will look into, we will just explore these points in the upcoming slides. Okay, so what is the logical system level design? So as I said, we are just connecting the different boards together. Okay, so we have to verify the logical connections between the motherboard and daughter board. Here, this example you can see, this is a motherboard and these three are daughter boards. So in the daughter board, X1 connector is connecting with J20. So what are the connections are there? So means here itself we can just connect these two boards by using wire or cable. Okay, so that logically we are just connecting these two ports. Okay, so that like can be possible in this multi-board design feature, and we can define a different module for the boards. And suppose if you are if you want to connect the same board like DDR and all, so the same board can be copied and connected, okay, instead of creating the PCB or project. Okay, and here you can see the pin, and it means selected part and mated part. So this connector is disconnected. So like that. Okay, so the logically we can able to create that, like the same way how you are creating the schematic between suppose you are making a connection between two different connector. The same way here we are just this blocks represent the module. Okay, module means this is a complete project, motherboard project and SODIMM project and Wi-Fi project. So complete project we are this module representing, and we are just connecting together. And electrical rule check. Suppose if you created a logical connections, it should be a DRC, right? DRC to verify automatically what are the like errors are there. So by default, it will detect the different net names. So for example, in motherboard, the net name is ground, and the daughter board, the net name is VCC. Suppose there is a conflict, right? Means the error. So it should throw error. So and other, if there is any no net name in the connector pin, and the conflict like the swapping different nets, and the entry is empty. Entry is empty means there is no connector there, or the net names are not there, like that. So no mated bar. These are all for the cable and other harness options. Okay, so we can verify the connections. Electrical rule check is there, and then the connection management means management. How we are going to connect the two different board. Direct connect means we are connecting like this. Direct connection means through like the daughter board is in like H finger connector. Okay, so we are going to connect with that is a direct connection, and we can use the wire or cable or harness. Okay, harness means you are just like from single cable you can divide to three multiple cables. Okay, so we have option to split the split the connector signals also. Okay, so these are the connection options we have in this multi-board schematic. And as I said, connection manager. Suppose this connection automatically verify all the pin name and net name, and see right side you can see if there is any conflict or any crisscross, we'll just highlight that. Okay, and we can able to generate the report also. This we will see. I will show the demo. Okay, so if there is any swap, either you can generate a report and share it with your hardware engineer, like there is a like mismatch and pin name and net name like that, or you can just like swap the pins and you can generate a report that that report also you can share, or you can revert. Okay, so we have three options. We can confirm, okay, this is intentionally I kept like that, you can confirm, or you can swap the pins. Okay, and assembly creations, like we can mate these two daughter board and motherboard, and you can see the connections also. You can highlight the connections and you can verify the connections also. Okay, whether which net is connected, which pin like that. So this connections basically we can see, and hierarchy. So once you created the board, you can see the hierarchy, what are the signals and the layers, everything we can able to highlight and track the signals. After that, creation. If you are like as I said, we can able to mate different boards. Like you can see, this is the motherboard, and with this connector, it is connecting. This board is connecting. So we can do the mating like a mechanical design. Like a mechanical engineer, we ourselves can do the mating and also the cross-sectional view. Suppose if you have just means added the enclosure in your PCB, means the Altium PCB, we can verify whether the clearance is enough, or like it is meeting exactly to the enclosure, also the mounting hole or something. Okay, so that also can be verified. So that is an assembly creation. Okay, and you have you can able to adjust the board in X, Y, Z plane. Okay, it's a single environment. Why we are saying that it's a single editing environment means you can align the boards that to now from 1819. From 1819, we have implemented smart mating. Like many of you might have seen in mechanical software, like if you click on one face in daughter board and motherboard in one face, it will automatically get aligned, okay, with the plane and axis. Okay, so that same thing means same feature is included in Altium now. So you can able to use the like plane or axis to axis alignment. Plane to plane means like whether you can just click on this plane like in X or Y, and then axis also you can just align. Okay, and in this as a like we said single editing, right? So you can do the motherboard daughter board mating, and also you can able to move the connectors. Means you can move any components in the daughter board or motherboard to just make sure the mating is proper. Okay, sometimes when you import the enclosure, you have to check if the component is hitting the enclosure. You can just move the component itself. Okay, after that you can do the changes in PCB. So yeah, that actually what I explained, that is this slide. Like we can move the component in the 3D assembly 3D view itself. Okay, and you can check the like clearance between two components. You can measure the distance between the two different objects, so that can be done. Okay, and what are the improvements have been have implemented in 1819? So in 1819, like as I said, the mating we have improved. Means it's a smart mating now. As I said, you can simply click and it will get aligned with the plane or axis, and you can like we have a collision detection. Suppose if while mating the boards or while mating the enclosure with the PCB, if there is any collision, it will detect and it will highlight that, and we can able to measure the distance. That is implemented in 1819. And now we have support for rigid flex also. If you are handling the if you are designing the flex PCB and the rigid PCB, in multi-board itself, you can just import the flex PCB and you can control the folding, like how you are going to fold the PCB, and after folding how it is going to mate with another connector. So that kind of uh, designing central can be possible now in 1819. Okay, and smart mates, and now you can export this multiple board as a step file or a parasolid file. So you can just give a final output to the mechanical engineer, so that final verification can be done from his end. Okay, like now we are saving the time. Like we don't need to give the file to him and wait for the changes, and we have implementing again. So that time we can save. We can get the enclosure from mechanical engineer. We can do all the changes, all the editings, all the verification, everything from our side we can do as a first verification, and final verification can be done by mechanical engineer for the confirmations. Okay. And in the recent one is AD20. So what improvements we have done in AD20? So many people have asked this bill of material generation from the multi-board assembly. We have created a complete system with boards. So now I want to generate the bill of material as a single bill of material from the multi-board. Instead of generating bill of material from each boards and finally merging it, I able to generate a bill of material from the multi-board itself. So that is possible now. That too, you can enable the special parameters, like if you are you can means in the bill of material generation there is a column. You can enable each column like value, manufacturer part number, right? The same way you can enable the module designator or module assembly. So module source and title. This is like suppose these components are from a motherboard. These components are from data Wi-Fi board, like that. The data board motherboard title can be enabled. Okay, so that easily we can understand. Okay, these components are from this PCB, like that. Okay, because it's a complete BOM, right? So and yeah, now all the component parameters also now you can let it is stored in this multi-board assembly document. These can be exported as a 3D PDF. Before you can able to generate 3D PDF from the single PCB only, not from the multiple PCB. But now you can able to, from AD20 you can able to export the multiple multi-board assembly 3D PDF. Okay, and if you have a output job, like from the output job, before we have to generate the 3D video, 3D PDF, and the draftsman document. Now you have option to export this multi-board bill of material as well. Okay, so these are the improvements we have implemented in AD20. So now, yeah, how we are going to resolve the challenges? As we explained, as I explained, all these features can be used to resolve the challenge. Okay? So now we have mechanical fitting can be verified, electrical can be verified, and the complete system. So these are the major challenges. So that can be resolved by using the features what we discussed now. Okay, we can use that. So now I'll just show the demo. I'm going to use the same example board, which can be accessible for everyone. If you look into your installation folder, you can able to find that mini PC project file. So that is the multi-board design example project. So what what I'm going to explain, the same thing can be can means you also can try from your end. Okay. Okay, first I will create a new multi-board project and show you instead of opening the completed one. Okay, so we have option to create a new project. So file new project, and you can select the multi-board. Okay, you can give some naming like okay, where I'm saving this. Okay, okay, I'll just save this outside. Okay. So first we have created the same like how we were creating the project in Altium. Like first we have to create the project. So under the project only we can add the schematic and multi-board schematic and multi-board assembly. Okay, multi-board schematic for logical connections, for mechanical connections. So we will create a multi-board schematic. Okay, and we will just save this. Okay. So in the place option, now you have module, entry, wire. These are all for some drawing. Okay. So first we will place the module. Okay. So I'll place one small PCB first. Okay. So placed on module, and if you double click, there's a module. There you can see it will ask us to select the source. Source means which project you are going to means attach here, like a hierarchical design. Okay, so first we should select the board, which project we are going to select first. So I'll select the Wi-Fi board. So if you select the project, automatically it will detect the PCB. Okay, and if you have 2-3 PCBs, you have option to select the PCBs. Okay, so first one board I have imported. If you right click on this module, there is one option to update or import from child project. So here the child project means under the multi-board design, when you add the module, we are assigning the project, right? So these projects are child project. So if you are doing any connection editing in the multi-board schematic, so that will just update the your project schematic. Okay. So first we will import and we will check whether any connectors are enabled or not. So import from child projects. Okay, just importing. Like one connector is getting added. Okay, execute changes and close. You can see the P1 connector is added. Okay, how the P1 entry is coming now? I mean, is adding automatically here. Like we can cross probe to the schematic. The schematic will open. And what is the connector name? P1, right? Yeah. So for this P1, inside the schematic, we have to add this particular parameter. Okay. So the parameter name should be system and the value should be connector. So if this parameters, if this parameter is added in the particular component, so that will get automatically added here. Okay. It will appear. And now we will add the motherboard as well. Okay, you can double click. The same way you can select the motherboard. Okay. Mini PC document. And now the same way you can able to import. So before like creating the multi-board schematic, you can means we should add the parameter, okay, for the connectors which we are going to use for the interconnection between two different boards. Okay, so the particular parameter should be added. Okay, yeah. So now we are moving this J13, J8, and J20. Okay. 1 minute. Which is connecting to which pin? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So J13 is connecting to Wi-Fi. So this should be down. And for each module, we have options to give the designator. So this can be enabled when you generate the bill of material. Okay. So take it just for our identification as well as the bill of material generation. And here it can be motherboard. Okay. And in the place option, you have wire, cable. Here itself there is a shortcut, wire, direct connection or cable or harness. Okay. Here means in this example board or demo project, it's a H finger connector. Okay, so we have to use the direct connection only. We are going to meet the directly. Just okay. So now the C1 is the connection. We have connected this Wi-Fi board with this motherboard. You can just place 2 more module. Okay, I'll place only 1 module only. So now we can select the SOD. Okay. Same way, like in single shot also you can update the means the this entry for all the modules. Okay. And in your motherboard, the same PCB is going to mate with another connector. Okay, so in that case, you can simply copy that. Okay, you can simply copy this so that it will get imported and automatically it will get numbered. Okay, so the title SOD. So now this also can be connected directly, and you can see the connections name. Okay. Now, after placing the module and assigning the projects, we have connected the connectors by using the direct connection. We have to verify the like there's a connection manager so that we can verify the connections between two connectors. So this is direct C1. Okay, direct C1 means this one, C-1, C-2, C-3. Okay, 3 connections. So like that you can see. So each net you can able to verify whether the this side also there are some no net is there. We will see. We will see it will throw error, right? Okay. And if you want to rename this, there is a there is no changes. It's not coming. You have options to rename this net also. Okay. And yeah, there is no conflict right here. If there is any conflict or cross here, it will highlight that. Okay, the same way how we have seen. You can do the cross also. So like this, it will display. Okay. In the report, you can able to show connections. In the report, you can able to export the means connection list manually. Suppose second time you want to verify or you want to share the report to your manager or the reviewer, you can able to share the report in Excel format. Okay. Let's see. Exported, right? I just open this user. Somewhere I have saved. Okay, inside SOD. Okay. So in Excel, we can able to see the okay. So like this. So what is the connection name? Pin number, net name, pin number, and net name. Okay, this is a module net. Module net, same net. Okay. And you have options to split the connector. Here you can see if the mated pass P1 is 100 pin or 20 pin, how you are going to split. You can add one more connector here and first 10 pins here and second here. Like that you can able to add. Okay, if you are using a harness connector. Okay, otherwise this is the direct connection, so we cannot add the split. But I'm just showing you what is the where we have the option to split. Okay, so the same P1 connector can be divided to 2 different entry, and you can use the harness to connect between means connect this single connector to 2 different connectors. Okay. Yeah, and we have to see the yeah, run ERC. Okay, to check is there any error, is the error when the message is been a lot of error it's showing, so that you can verify. Okay, because of the net name, no net name, see na some errors. So those errors will appear here, so that we can just verify and resolve these errors. And under design also we have option to check the updated child project or import from child projects, run ERC, these options. Okay, now we will see here. Maybe I will give some name. Showing save. Okay. Okay, so now you can see we have created our multi-board project and the multi-board schematic. So after adding this project, automatically this project file, complete projects file will be added to the multi-board under the multi-board project. Okay, mini PC, SODIMM and Wi-Fi. So like this. So once we created this, now we have to create the multi-board assembly. Okay. The name is in the schematic we have placed in the, yeah. Okay. So add new to project, multi-board assembly we are creating. This is for mechanical verification. So once we created, just save the design and save the assembly. After saving that, just design import changes. Okay. So by default, it will import all the 4 modules. This may take some time because it's a motherboard. So it is just importing all the PCBs. And it depends on your RAM size and file size. Here you can see we are inputting motherboard, PCB, mini PC, motherboard, Wi-Fi, and 2 SODIMM because we have copied one SODIMM project the second time, right? Okay. Only 2 boards are getting imported. Okay, motherboard is taking time. Okay, let's wait. Just so now we have seen the logical system level design. And this one, different options. Okay, bus, wire, direct connections, the connection manager. This we will see. Okay, so all the PCBs are imported. If you want, you can generate the report. Okay, so now you can see okay, these two are boards. And this is like if you are comparing with the Altium older version, you can see a lot of difference. Okay, so before it will move all the boards or will not get aligned. So like it is difficult. But now after 19, the smart meeting is introduced. Okay, even the dimension measurement and the cross-sectional view. These the main options we have introduced in this very 19 and 20. Okay, so now this is the Wi-Fi board. Okay, you can use the zoom option to and the rotate option by pressing the shift. By pressing shift key, you can able to rotate. Okay, and if you want to move any one board, you can just select that, and you can see here. So there is a different what you can say colors for the axis. If you want to move the PCB in like this or this side, okay, you can use these arrows too. And suppose after mating this board into the PCB, where how you want to move, so that can be you can use this. Okay, and also here there you can see how you want to like bottom side, top, so like that. Okay, so if you can use these three arrows, these three color to change the face and this one. Okay, so now we will mate this board with this connector. So you can just move this, and there is one option to an under panel multi-board assembly option. So here the different PCBs. Now we are going to do the mating. So you can see, so this connector we are going to mate. So this face should mate this face. Okay, so just select the mating mode. Okay, switch to mating mode, and it will automatically allow you, it will just highlight the faces where you want to select. Just press shift and select this area, like for example I'm showing. Okay, first single click, and then here in this connector this face. Okay, so it's a smart mating, so automatically it will just detect the location and it will connect. Okay, go like this. Now you can see. Any queries we will discuss. Where I'm keeping is very small maybe. Okay, okay, so it is just mated, and here you can see, so one mating you can like automatically enable two different boards are mated. Now if you want to do some offsets, like how this PCB, like if you want to do some a little bit move inside or outside, you can able to just use this. Okay, so distance now it's 0 mm. So if you want to introduce some 0.5 mm, you can see this just moving right. So I'm just changing it to 0 only, and upset. Okay, y or x, like that. We can just play with it, play with this upset and the distance, and whether same side you are mating or the opposite side. Okay, if you want to mirror that, so that also can be done. Okay. The same way, these two PCBs also can be mated with these connectors. First, you have to click that and then move. So before in the 19 version, you have to lock one PCB, and then only you can able to move this. Okay, so just select this, and you want to rotate like this, right? Only then you'll get. Now this is the mating. Okay, same way, just select the mating mode, select the face, and aligned or not there? Okay, it is coming in opposite side. Okay, I just selected same, so just it is after that you can do some offset and this. Okay, so this is the way. Maybe we will do this meeting also. Okay, as of now I'll delete. Yes, we have done that. Okay, first we have to meet the down one. After that we can do that. Okay, or we have options to do this visible or invisible. We can hide it. I forget. Okay, I deleted. Okay, you can do this visible, invisible, and in this PCB, moving any connectors or any components. Okay, so that also can be done. Okay, edit selected part. Okay, I have selected this part, so I can able to move these connectors or okay. Only the 3D body we are moving, and after that in the PCB, it will get updated. Okay. Okay, this is the PCB. So I just want to edit this board. Component is there. Edit selected part, and then moving this component here. Okay, just simply, and then finish part editing. Okay, so one component is updated in Wi-Fi. We can validate and execute. And why I'm showing this, we can able to do the component editing in the PCB in the 3D view itself. So as I said, suppose if you are importing the enclosure, exactly mating the PCB with your enclosure like mounting hole and all, that can be done. So that's the same will be implemented in your PCB. Okay, in the PCB, see, just move. Okay, so that is the one, and then the motherboard assembly we have seen. The motherboard, PCB, nets and layers. Sorry, see, now we can select the control and you can highlight those signals so that you can verify whether which pin is connected to which signal. Okay, yeah, so this is one option, and then even you can cross probe to the component wise, top side, bottom side, all the components are available here. Okay, so now if you want to do the cross sectional view, if you want to check, okay, you can enable this and just okay, so like this. Now you can see if you cut the PCB here, what is the cross section view. This is without enclosure I'm showing because currently I don't have enclosure. Maybe I'll show it in some other PCB if you are interested. Okay, so we can see whether enclosure and the PCB clearance is proper or exactly mating, exactly the enclosure is sitting on the PCB. So like that we can be able to verify the cross section view. So that can be okay. So I think we have just explored all the options what we discussed before. Now the presentation. Okay, so we have seen this component editing and this. Okay. Yeah. So now we will do just a recap, like what are the features we have explored. For the mechanical side, again, there is a assembly hierarchy. You can able to create the hierarchy. You can able to navigate. You can do the board alignment and the part placement, like component placement also can be done. Mating, board alignment, and the hierarchy. Okay, so that is the mechanically we can able to do everything. One thing is missing here, like the enclosure, but that is also possible. Maybe you can. I'll show in some other board. You can like you can import. You can able to import the enclosure and you can check the collisions. Okay. Here it is highlighting the green color, right? There is a check collision option. Here you can see check collisions. For example, I'll show you this PCB. I'm just moving. Block. Maybe I will just want to do some collisions. Update all parts. Maybe it's not updated. Okay. But there is a check collision option. Suppose if the PCB is not properly mated with the connector, or the enclosure is not mated properly, you can able to check the collisions. It will just highlight those areas with the green color. Okay, that can be verified. And then the next is connection. Electrically, we can create a multi-board schematic, and we can make a connections between two different board connectors, and we can verify the electrical. So rule check. We have options like a pin number mismatch, net name is not there, or net name mismatch, or the mating part is missing. So like that, you can be able to do that, and we can check the conflicts between board connectivity. Says that there is a crisscross between two connectors, the net names, so that can be verified, and we have option to swap the pin or generate the report. Okay, that is for electrical. And the final one is system level insight. What we can create a complete system design with the different all other motherboard and daughter boards. We can make connections. So it's a ECO drive and synchronization. We can do the changes from multi-board to schematic or schematic to multi-board, like the connection wise or the net name wise. Okay, and you can do the means we can visualize the complete product interior by using the cross-section views. Okay, so that is there. So now we have seen all the three challenges and how we have resolved the challenges with the Altium features. So all three we have discussed. Yes. Now, thank you for your time and attention. And if you have any query, you can just ask. There's a chat window. You can just ask. Okay. Already a lot of questions. Wait, maybe I will unmute all. You can ask your questions. Yeah, now you can able to unmute yourself and you can ask your questions.
Hi, can we, once we join one board to another board, let's say you joined your sodium RAM board to the main motherboard.
Yes.
Just like if you go to your schematic and cross probe, and it will highlight on the PCB. Can it highlight across boards?
No, actually this cross probe is for the schematic, and this multi-board schematic means this multi-board schematic to the child project. This schematic, not in the this 3D assembly. If you want to cross probe the net names, there is a multi-board assembly tab, and for each PCB, as I said, it will display the layers and net names. Okay, so here you can able to cross probe the nets.
Got it. So what I was interested in is maybe you're doing what I'm interested in. Can you zoom in what's happening as you are selecting this?
It is just highlighting those nets.
Right, that's what I want. I just wanted to see that if the pin numbers that you give are correctly positioned. This is helpful. This is what I want.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Manimaran, this is Kamal.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, it's audible.
Yeah, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we are mating two boards.
Yes.
see, top and bottom. One board will be on the bottom side, one board will be on the top side.
Okay.
For example, we need to place that connector in bottom side of top board and top side of bottom board.
Okay.
Then that pin number will be exactly crisscross, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Those things it
Name
can
will be
be
same, right?
no. See, if we place the connector in bottom, the pin number 1 will be exactly on opposite side of how we are placing in top.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That I'm getting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
You can complete
Those
it. You can
those
complete the question.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
it will check automatically in tool itself.
Yes. It will just throw the errors in the connection manager. Even if you run the ERC, there also it will under the messages panel it will throw the error, and
Okay.
In the multi-board schematic under this connection, it will just display for each signal. It will just display the crisscross.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can check through the net name also, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. And I'll just go through the chat window. From which version of Altium supports multi-board design? Multi-board design, I think from 18 onwards, like the proper, like we have implemented a lot of improvements, and in 20 it is now like complete. We have issued, we have resolved some bugs and issues now, and we have implemented some new features. So in 80-20 now it's almost complete. And what is the other question? MBA means, oh sorry, MB multi-board assembly. Like, so just to make it short, I have mentioned MBA. Okay. Is it possible to generate PDF and step file of this complete assembly in one file? Yeah. We can export the complete. I'll show that also. Okay, now you have option to export this as a parasolid file, step file, and 3D PDF. Okay, and also under the project, now you have options to create an active BOM. So this active BOM, okay, now I am not going. This active BOM will generate the bill of material for all the boards. Okay, in single bill of material, and you can enable the column also, like this component from motherboard, these components are from daughter board, Wi-Fi board, Sony board, like that. Okay. So see, module assembly. So this component, which module from PC, mini PC, and this is from SODIMM, like that you can enable the column. Okay. Okay, so other question. Is it possible to upload Excel prepared BOM with different properties in Altium based on schematic? Upload Excel prepared BOM. Where we have to upload, I'm not getting. The bill of material means we can export the bill of material, means all the component parameters like a designator value, quantity, supplier from the schematic.
Yes, Mani,
yes.
I will tell you what exactly I'm looking for. See,
Yes.
say I have a prepared schematic,
Okay.
but BOM, I want to make the BOM preparation in the Excel sheet based on the properties what I require. Let's say the manufacturing part number, order number, the designation, everything I will prepare as per the schematic requirement. But I will not go through the each component, but I will prepare in the schema Excel sheet what parameter and the I will say the upper parameter and the properties, and I will put the designation and with the whatever the required parameter, let's say manufacturer part number, order number, the designator, description, whatever it is, the whatever parameter required. So I will prepare in the Excel sheet, and if I want to import that Excel sheet into the Altium design.
Yes.
Possible?
No, directly we cannot import, but while creating the library, we have a Concord Pro library and a database library. Okay, see in the Concord library, you can upload this Excel sheet as a source file. So it will create the components, and after that you can library for that, like schematic symbol and PCB. So in the database library also, you can just create a database, means parameter, all the parameter from the Excel sheet. But the symbol column should be there, like what is the schematic symbol name and what is the library symbol name. So that should be there in the database library. So
okay, but I think See, if you can take it as an input for this, because other units, Cadence and OrCAD, they are doing that kind of, because see what will happen if I want to make any changes in the design. If
Okay.
let's say initially I am preparing some schematic and I will not go on through the each and every component properties, but later on I want to update each and every property of the each component. So manually I need to do in the Altium, but what the other is proposing, they are making the whatever the Excel sheet what I have discussed, what are the properties required into the schematic, they are generating and making in the Excel sheet, and they are uploading that same property with the design, and that all the properties get updated in the circuit.
Okay. Okay. In this case, I just want to show you one option. In Altium, we have manufacturer part search, if you know part search. Okay. So this is like our Altium online library. So for all the components, parameter details, okay, this manufacturer part number, all these everything from the supplier, vendor, online vendor like DigiKey, Mouser, all other suppliers.
Okay.
So these parameters can be directly imported to the your library.
Excel form.
Yeah, Excel form. You don't need to type also. Not in.
Yeah, that is fine. That is absolutely fine. This is very good. If suppose let's say I have taken some new part which is not available in the library, many times it has happened.
Yeah, yes.
In that case, this is required because many parts we are not getting the same library what we are looking for. The parts are new, and then I have to update each and every component of the schematic.
Yes, no. We are keep on adding the components in our library, so soon you will get all the components.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If it is available in the library itself, then that is not required.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. I have made a note. Maybe we will discuss in detail, like what.
Yeah, sure.
Like we can implement how. What are the ways are there to implement that? We will discuss.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. How we can connect the connectors through harness? What all design requirements are there?
Manimaran, hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, I have one doubt.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Is it audible? You can proceed.
Yeah. I just want to clear about this enclosure. If you have any example enclosures, can you connect me after some time? I just want to clear something in enclosures.
Yeah, sure. Maybe now also I'll just show you with some other example file.
Okay.
It won't take much time.
Okay.
This is like you can able to the enclosure is a step file. Okay, that can be just placed as a 3D body, and you can able to
that also I can align with face structure, kind of exact alignment with whole.
Yeah, alignment option is there.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is already placed.
Okay.
1 minute, sir. I'll just delete this. 3D mode, 0. Place 3D body. You can able to select the cover. Okay, step file. So by if your step file origin and your board origin is same, then directly you can use this current origin option. Okay. You get mapped. Otherwise, you have option to under the tools 3D body placement option. Like you position 3D body, orient 3D body to just align the step file with your PCB exactly.
Okay.
And if you select this step file, we have options to control the like opacity, like transparent mode.
Okay.
And we can verify that. And after mapping this, here also we have option to check the collisions. So if you just highlight the errors.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I'll just show you like this. If I move this connector, or if I move this 3D step file, you can see now collision. Like that it will highlight because the component is hitting with my mechanical enclosure. So the same.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. So for multi-board also this is same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And 1 minute, I'll just go through this. A lot of questions. How can we connect the connectors through harness? Yeah, we have option to connect the harness, right? So this is a HFIN connector. So we use the direct connection. If it is you are going to connect with the harness, you can use this harness connection. And after selecting this harness, like if you place the harness, there is an option to select the part, like whether like the footprint and 3D body should be there for the harness or the wire or cable. Okay, direct connection means we don't need any other part. But if it's a different connection, then you need the this stuff. That connector parameter update can show once more to achieve module to module connection. Parameter. Oh, okay. No, for each like in the multi-board schematic. Okay, not a multi-board schematic. Yeah, see. So this component, I'm going to use this for means this component is connecting with the motherboard. Okay. So for this component under the parameter, we can add the means this parameter like system parameter. Name is system and value is connector. So this is mentioned in your online tutorial also. Maybe I can share it with you. And yeah, if anyone wants to explore this multi-board design or you need any support, you can reach us. We will we will arrange a Zoom meeting and we will just support you further. Okay, can we open step file in other 3D modeling package? PCB discuss on wire. Yeah. These step files can be opened in any other mechanical software, but I'm not talking about this conversion feasibility discuss on wire harness. Realme, maybe your name is changed. Please record this audio. Oh yeah, I will share all the recordings. Like even for the previous webinar, also we are arranging some medium to share the file, because as of now we are sharing through Google Drive, but many of them doesn't have this Google access. They're using their company mail IDs. So we are arranging some other medium to like get the videos. Okay, we will just share all the previous webinars videos also to all the attendees. Okay. Cross-section view of 3D. Yeah.
Can we do auto separate power and digital signal via this multi-board PCB?
Sorry.
Can we do auto separate power and digital signal?
No, not automatically. In the schematic, if it means in this schematic, if you separated like all the powers in one some particular pins and other signals in particular pins, that can be separated. But
no, in suppose multi-boards, basically in middle layers, we basically use the digital signal maximum times, and the power signal is on bottom layer and on top layer. So sometimes what we are facing the problem, when we are using the buried wires,
okay,
sometimes we are facing the problem that the digital signal is mixed up with the power signal. So in such case, is there any like
no, this is related to the layer structure, I think.
Yes, understood.
Getting it correctly. Yeah, you can create the what you can say. Oh, you are talking about the what we can say grounding or looping between.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think that can be verified.
Okay, that way manually we have to do.
Yeah, that manually we have to do. Only the connections can be verified, electrical connections and this mechanical fitting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, I have a doubt regarding cables. If I am importing one step file of cable into my assembly.
Yeah.
So it is possible to importing of step file?
Yes, it's possible.
So if like okay, just I'm assuming I can import. So can I bend or twist anything I can modify?
Yeah. You have options to fold and you can bend like flex PCB. If it is like a flex PCB, you have to fold and bend, right? The same way you can do that.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I think we have gone through all the chat window queries. So thank you all. If you have any questions, we can discuss, or we can wind up the call, wind up the session.
Maniva, actually, I just asked about the like power signal and digital signal. we have a more team, even they are not capable for working on the LTM. So I am trying to do the training to them, but unfortunately I was not able to get the more time. So how I can get the training for the beginner in LTM?
Training, yeah, you can drop a mail to us. So we will we will reach you for your, depends on your availability. We will give you the proper training. So no issue.
So is there any webinar is
Agenda
going
also
on
can be
for the
provided
beginner?
for your end.
Pardon, please.
No. See, generally, if you purchase from Altium, we will give you the training. We will place, or we will, depends on your availability or convenience. We will give a on-site training or online training, and the agenda will be like, if you are totally new to Altium, we will give from scratch to Gerber, or if you are already experienced, then we will just where you want to explore, or your designs, like what kind of projects you are doing, what features can be useful for you. So depends on that, we will discuss and we will finalize the agenda, and then we will give you the training.
But right now, suppose we are using one license version and we have a multiple teams who is ready for the training. So how you guys can support in that such conditions?
You can drop a mail, sir. We will support you. We will support you. Okay.
Thank you, Mani.
My mail ID, I think. So you can drop a mail. We will support you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, you have just shown me that there's a parameter window for the harness.
Yeah.
So I just want to know if is it possible to design the harness in Altium so that we can direct import those parameters in this multi-board assembly?
Harness option is there, yes, but how you want to decide? Still, means design. Still, I'm not getting. But it's able to connect two different boards by using the harness.
Yes.
But the harness footprint should be there. Means 3D step file footprint should be there.
Okay, so that hard, yeah.
Where is that multi-board schematic? See here.
Yeah.
Cable or harness. Okay. I have to delete this. Only then I can able to use those. Okay. There is harness. So now you can see, if you double click this harness, there is one option to select the part. Part means it's a library where it is asking for a library. So you can able to select the, like there should be a schematic symbol as well as the PCB means footprint symbol. So you have a step model. So it will get imported and you can able to do the this editing.
So you are saying if there is a sleeve on our harness, so we can put a 3D of that sleeve in this component section.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Still, how you are expecting? I'm not sure. Maybe we can explore it. Depends on your requirement. Maybe you can drop a mail to us. We will support you further for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Question: in this schematic document, you renamed some nets during your presentation.
Yes.
What nets are they? Only on this schematic, or even nets from the?
No. Only on this two schematic sheets. Main schematic sheet means the connector net name only we can do. We can do the renaming and all.
So how did some names were there and some names were not there? How were some names there in the first place?
No. That is a demo file. Maybe in the connector itself, names are not there. I think I'll just show you. See, these are all like no net name. Now that's why it was showing no net name.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Can we import a deep trace file? A deep trace file? No. Maybe we need what are the other files can be imported, like ASCII file, or what is the extension of the file name from the deep trace that we have to check. But recently, like you can able to import KiCad and all other major PCB, including Eagle. When I import 3D and some enclosed, it shows violation, but how can I check? Yeah, it will just highlight the collision, right? After that, you can go to the messages panel, and there you can just cross probe what is the collision. Maybe I have to check again. Either here itself, you can right click and check the violation. Okay, Means suppose if somewhere if it is throwing error, collision error, just go there, right click, go to violation and check the error. Okay. It will just highlight what is the error, what clearance it is, what rule it is, like that. Okay. Yes, sir. So, okay, let's wind up the call. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.